and welcome everyone to episode 4 of RippleMakers. This is a podcast series on the human side of transformation, and I'm Ranan Bhattacharya, practice head for change and transformation in Marg. So every guest on this show is here because they have done something many of the leaders struggle to do or never get an opportunity to do it. And this is entirely to address one of the problems, which is like 70% of the transformation still don't yield the best of the values. And this record has not changed over more than 2 decades. So today's guest has spent his career on the hard side of that number, in regulated industries where the cost of getting it wrong is not theoretical. So today I'm joined by Vijaya Kadiyala, a very senior executive who has spent more than a decade at banking industry. He has spent more than a decade in GCC site leadership, scaling data, AI, cloud at the size and complexity only regulated industries demand. Vijay has led enterprise data and AI transformation at multiple large organizations. And one of them became a Harvard Business School case study, work that compressed AI industrialization from 6 months to just 6 weeks and unlocked over $1 billion Singapore dollars in annual economic value. He partners directly with multiple CXOs, chief data officers, CIOs, CEOs, and most interestingly, is the author of 2 upcoming books. The number one is The Contact Gap, and the second one is The AI Shift from Code to Culture. Both are about to be released, and Vijay, I'm really excited to grab the first copies of both the books. All the best to you, and really looking forward to it. So welcome to the RippleMakers. It's a real pleasure, Vijay, to have.
It's my honor to be part of this podcast, and thank you for the opportunity. Looking forward.
Let's start with one topic which most of the leaders, when I talk to, they still have that question in mind. So you have operated in environments where transformation isn't a slide. It's an audited, regulated, scrutinized reality. So here's what I want to start with. Forget the consultant's definition of transformation ready. From the inside, when you're actually standing in the room with the CXOs, you are answerable to the board. What do you really see, hear, or feel which gives you the confidence that, yes, this organization is ready to transform? Or maybe some signals which tells you that, no, things are not looking right. This cannot yield the result from transformation.
Okay, that's a very great question, and not easy to find an answer or to give an answer, because every definition of transformation from individuals is different from different industries. I think my view is when we heard the transformation, right, or when we hear about this transformation word, our mind goes into the direction called digital transformation. We always think digital transformation is the transformation journey that we need to adopt, etc. But to me, more than any of this digital transformation or technology transformation, the fundamental thing is talent transformation. To me, that's the core building block for any transformation to happen, or to make it ready, or to make it meaningful, to make it purpose-driven, to make it outcome-driven. Most of the times in the organizations, we do not focus on talent. We focus on technology, and that's where where we go things in a completely wrong direction. Right? So again, if I break this into 2 parts to it, right? Talent transformation, when a technology head is looking at it, they look at how to transform the talent, which is how to upskill, how to unlearn, how to relearn, how to be future-ready talent. Right? That is easy to achieve. I think what we are missing is the transformation happening or coming from business side. We cannot work in the same manner that we used to work 30 years back, how we operate with our clients and customers. I think business also need to transform. I think that's where I would say we need to focus more on how do we transform the business leaders? How do we look at things in a futuristic way, which would improve our customer experience, client experience, not looking at, hey, it used to happen in this way in the last 30 years. I want to do the same thing in next 30 years. To me, that's a fundamental shift that one has to focus, one has to talk in the CXO tables, one has to talk in the boardroom conversations, one has to have conversation with the CEO, right? So, but if I have to explain this in a very layman terms, right? I'm a big movie bluff, right? I watched this movie called Lagan, right, which was released back in 2002 or 2003. Right? So this was one of the actor from a very, somewhere in the village, in India, where they kind of challenged the British team to go on a cricket match. Amir Khan was the lead actor who doesn't have any team to play cricket, and he doesn't even know how to play cricket also, right? So he kind of pulled the team, which is, within the village, with the different skill sets, different attitudes, different way of working, different way of, talking to each other. But he pulled the team together and, had a complete trust that, this team will come together and will learn the cricket, will know how to play the cricket, and they will beat British, right? So he believed in the talent, right? He believed in, learning skills. He believed in upskilling the team. He believed in working together as a one single team with a diversified culture. I think, to me, it's the same as what we are seeing or what we're going to see in the landscape of IT or in the industries, which is how do we bring a diversified talent, work together to look at the customer and client experience in a different way rather than looking at what happened in 30 years.
Now we move to the next part of the challenge, which is faced often by the leaders because there are higher demands and the requirements of embedding AI into most of the transformation journeys today. And for many of the leaders, AI is very new to them. First of all, the topic itself is being explored still, and at the same time, many leaders didn't work on anything like AI transformation earlier. And they are all given a mandate to show measurable impact within a very short period of time. And there's a lot of pressure definitely on them to deliver. So if that leader was sitting opposite to you right now, what would you tell them? What's the first thing they should do? And what's the trap they should be very careful to avoid?
Yeah. It's again, very interesting question. Whenever I speak to the leaders across the industries, across the globe, the first thing that I hear is, I've got a fantastic AI platform. I've got a fantastic team who can build ML models. I've got a fantastic team to productionize ML models, and stuff like that, right? But I often say things are missing, which are, what's the purpose? What's the business problem you're trying to solve? Right? What is the money that you're spending on building a good customer experience with the AI versus without? Right? We don't look at those aspects. We only say, what is good on social media. Right? Rather than focusing on a technology, focus on the purpose, focus on business problem. Starts with a small thing. For example, fraud is something that we all know that it's happening across the industries, especially the banking industry. It is even more relevant, right? Rather than focusing on 15 different use cases, focus on one use case that you would give a business impact. Right? Anything with a dollar beneficiary, anything that we can improve the customer experience, client experience. I think to me, fraud is one of the best examples. So I think my suggestion to any of the new leaders is, don't look at AI as a way of transforming things. Right? It's a powerful tool or a system or a utility, right? Whatever the thing that you can call it, is a way to make a significant impact. Right? So start with a purpose, start with a business problem, and things will solve automatically. Right? So again, I'll give a very a movie example. Right? There's a movie called Diwar, right? Which is a famous movie released in 1987 or 88. So there's a dialogue between Amitabh Bachchan and Shashi Kapoor. Right? Amitabh Bachchan says, मेरे पास बंगला है, मेरे पास गाड़ी है, मेरे पास पैसा है, मेरे पास बैंक बैलेंस है, तेरे पास क्या है? So Shashi Kapoor says, मेरे पास माँ है. Right? So to me, the one who says, I've got bangla, I've got gaadi and etc. are the ones who are talking about technology. Right? I've got 300 models. I'm experimenting with the 500 data scientists. I've got best-in-class AI technology. I've got best-in-class AI models. All those are fit for nothing if in case there is no business problem that we want to solve. So what Shashi Kapoor said, "Mere paas maa hai," that's basically purpose and a business problem, an asset. So simple recommendation, start with the business problem. Start with a small thing. Show the measurable impact. Do not say that, no, I need $100 million for me to invest in AI for next 3 years. And after 3 years, I'll give you returns of $200 million. Don't believe in that. But show me the return or a value in next 3 months. Even if it is, $10 beneficiary, it is absolutely okay. But as long as we make incremental progress, I think incremental progress with purpose driven. That to me is the suggestion.
Jumping on to the next part, which is like imagine a situation where like we are talking about future, that we are in 2030 and we are looking back at this current moment, the AI inflection point we are all living through, and the verdict is in. Some organization made it and some didn't. And you have thought about this deeply enough, especially when I was looking into the book and the topic for what you have chosen, the AI shift from code to culture. So here's the question. When the 2030 line is drawn, what do you think will turn out to have separated the winners from the losers?
I'll give you an example. In about 10 to 12 years back, we had this thing of organic food, right? Everything we label with organic. So even if it is a sugar with a white sugar, we still say organic sugar. Right?
Organic, yes.
Right? So to me, right now, the organizations are just simply prefixing, AI native, right? Without really changing the underlying system and, business processes or the people or talent and etc. We're simply saying AI native organization, AI native GCCs, AI native, application integrations. To me, you're just doing a sugarcoating rather than trying to solve the underlying business problem. Right? We should rather looking at labeling the system. How do we change the underlying systems native to AI? That to me is the focus area that for the next few years that we have to work together. I mean, anyone who is saying AI native, they're trying to fool themselves, without really changing the underlying ecosystem. So my recommendation to any leaders or in my peers and everyone is, don't try to impress your boss just because you want to prefix with AI native. Make a systematic impact. Even if it is not for next 2 months or 3 months, look at next 6 months and 8 months or 12 months to 36 months. How you want to transform your organization, how you want to change your customer and client experience, how you want your internal customers, the way they work in the past and the way they work in the future. Look at all those aspects and see if we can improve.
Yeah. So after 3 serious topics, or I would say serious and important topics, let's have a little bit of fun. So this time I'm not going to give you much time. So I'll shoot 5 rapid fire questions to you, and don't think too much. Just whatever comes to your mind, I want to hear that. Okay? Is that fine?
Tell it.
You can, but again, like 10 seconds is the time.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I'll give it simple. Don't worry. So to start with, one must-have skill for the leaders today.
Common sense.
Toughest belief to unlearn.
Belief to unlearn is your mindset.
One best practice which might become obsolete.
You need to learn everything. That won't be relevant in the future.
And maybe one thing what the people leaders must start doing or start investing.
Build a strong relationship with the team members.
One book what you have recently
I've been
read.
reading this book called The Blue Ocean Strategy, which is all about how to come up with the strategies, how to penetrate in the market, how to understand the market, and how do you launch your product. It was a beautiful book. I'm in the 2nd chapter only, but I read the 1st and 2nd chapter almost like 4 times still today. I'm still learning. Every time I read the chapter, I get a new idea, new perspectives. A really beautiful book.
So, Vijay, we have covered the few important topics what I wanted to cover, but at the same time, before I let you go, one last piece of advice from you to every leader who is listening to this podcast, that what will be your suggestion for them to sail through this journey, which is definitely going to last longer? So what your single important piece of advice for our leaders?
We are looking at the agentic AI and trying to compare this with the 2000 era where the e-commerce thing came in. In 2010, the big data came in. In about 2014, the cloud came in. We're trying to compare this agentic AI era with those transformations. To me, that's a wrong way to compare. Because what we are getting into the world is not a transformation. It's, to me, is a new way of living life. We are going to have agents who are a digital workforce. We may not physically feel it, but they are around you, who can help you, who can help the customers, who can help the organizations. But the power and the decision making is with you. So do not try to stop the AI, or do not try to resist the change that is coming with the AI. Start the journey. Right? How do you treat this new way of living like your own best friend? So start taking the power of agentic AI, start taking the power of the new advanced, ecosystem, so that you can see things differently and make things differently. And at the end of the day, make sure your customers and clients' experience is much, much better than compared to what it is or what it was in the past.
Excellent. I really love the honest conversation, Vijaya, and you brought in so much value to this conversation by giving your real life experience, by focusing on things which are really kind of coming from the executive table view, and giving some of the analogies to make it very simple for the audiences to really comprehend what you meant. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. I just loved the conversation, and I'm sure it'll continue in some form or the other, because I'm sure this 15 minutes is not enough to cover all the topics what would we discuss. But once again, thanks to you. And
Thank you.
Most welcome. It's our pleasure to host you. And for the audiences, before I sign off, definitely want to mention that there's a key event from Marg, which is going to come on 4th August, which is called Synapse. So this is the second version of Synapse, and this is the only forum where AI strategy meet people and cultural aspect of the transformation. It's going to happen in Bangalore. You will find more details about that event in the post below. And definitely, if something Vijay said today made you pause, share this episode with one person on your team who needs to listen to that. And that's how ripples actually travel, one at a time. Till then, goodbye and see you soon.
Thank you.